What if we are not alone in the universe? What if we really have brothers in consciousness, and contact with them is possible at any moment, right now? We are accustomed to searching for extraterrestrial civilizations that are millions of light years away. But what if intelligent life exists not in the distant cosmos, but right next to us, almost within arm's reach? And what if their representatives are not arriving unexpectedly, but have always been here, long before us? They do not seek contact because they understand that we are not ready. Deep down at the instinctual level, we feel that such a meeting could change everything. It could challenge our habitual views on life and ourselves. A good psychologist has a rule: no intervention without a request. We are not ready yet, and they do not insist. They are next to us, but we do not recognize them as our brothers in consciousness. Yet the evidence is right before our eyes. Their home is the ocean, which covers most of the planet. We are merely guests on its islands. They govern what makes life possible on Earth: water. It appears that our contact once existed. Even in the very name dolphin, derived from the ancient Greek word for brother, there is a hint. Ancient people felt a connection to nature, perceiving it as alive and sacred, and the memory of this still lives on in myths, artifacts, and most importantly, within us. Myths about whales and dolphins are found all over the world. Sacred places, legends, tales of Atlantis, ancient Greek gods, oracles, all point to a special place for these beings in human culture. The dolphin has become a symbol of harmony, strength, mystery, and salvation. There is no other creature that embodies so many images, none that brings such pure joy to humanity. This ancient knowledge is deeply rooted in us. The dolphin is a sign of kinship, a totem, a protection. Children who cannot yet speak and have never been to the sea smile upon seeing a dolphin. This connection is built into us. Contact begins with the awakening of our consciousness. From the moment we recognize ourselves in another, but our consciousness is still asleep and unable to perceive reality at their level. Movement towards spiritual awakening and complete realization of our inherent potential offers a chance to adopt their experience and, most importantly, to know ourselves in our true divine nature. The Depths Retreat with direct contact with whales provides an accelerated opportunity to approach consciousness awakening and discover a new perception of reality. Details on how to participate in such a retreat can be found in the description below this video. Dolphins and whales are masters of vibrational healing. They use sound, sonar, not only for navigation, but also for harmonizing energy. Their high-frequency vibrations can reboot the human biofield, removing blocks and opening channels for spiritual growth. In 2012, the journal Marine Mammal Science published data showing a 48% increase in oxytocin levels in people after interacting with whales and dolphins. Even skeptics acknowledge that contact with whales and dolphins induces psychological catharsis, undoubtedly contributing to a person's internal transformation. Humpback whales use themes in songs lasting 10-20 minutes, cyclically repeating, similar in structure to Tibetan mantras. Recent scientific research has shown that whales adapt the frequency of their songs to the background noise of the ocean, demonstrating awareness similar to the focus of monks during meditation. Meetings with whales evoke bursts of love and compassion. This is a sign of activating the Anahata, heart center, without which transition to higher states of consciousness is impossible. Experiments by Dr. Horace Dobbs in the 1980s demonstrated that dolphin ultrasound stimulates the right hemisphere of the brain, which is responsible for intuition and creativity. They are remarkably similar to us, and yet they live in such deep contact with the world that this remains inaccessible to our science and senses. Their behavior, interaction, altruism, friendship, and tenderness amaze scientists. They are conscious, born, already awakened, each movement filled with attention and love. Like us, they nurse their young with milk. They suffer from separation, sacrificing themselves for their loved ones, just like any normal person. And yet we are the primary threat to their existence. Hunting, aquariums, ocean pollution, noise. Why do they endure this if they are so intelligent? Because they have a code, an unconditional prohibition on harming humans, even in response to pain. The French word dauphin means heir to the throne. They are tens of times older than us, and perhaps they look at us as we look at children. They see in us what we have not yet realized. They have a different language, not verbal, a language of sensations, states, resonances. It is closer to music, to meditation, to those forms of communication where each feeling creates a wave that changes reality. Once a year, whales gather at specific points on the planet. They pause all activities except for one: meditation. They sing. They freeze in the water and sing, creating vibrations that fill the ocean with harmony. These are not just sounds, it is a living dialogue with the universe. Their brain is the largest on the planet, and yet they build nothing, produce nothing, conquer nothing. They simply exist in harmony and created around themselves. Thus, this is their role. Their presence is already in action. Their life is service. They do not see themselves as masters of the world. They know that everything is a gift, and nothing belongs to anyone. To connect with them, we need to change our perspective on the world, free ourselves from the burden of false values, reassess what true culture, consciousness, and strength mean. They have no answers to consumer questions, but they do have answers to questions of the heart. Learning care, unity, and experiencing life in all its fullness, this is what we can learn from them. And now is the time for us to change, for the planet, for the future, for the deep awakening of consciousness and the discovery of our true nature. If you feel a live response within and a sincere desire to meet these amazing beings, not merely as a tourist on a water safari or out of mere curiosity, but to experience a deep conscious contact and establish yourself at a new level of consciousness, then the link in the description below this video will guide you. Joint meditations with whales, under the guidance of experienced awakened instructors, will occur for those who care about the future of Earth and for whom the knowledge of life has become the main purpose and greatest necessity. And then communication with whales will undoubtedly become a powerful impetus for the deep awakening of consciousness and revealing inexhaustible reserves of inner energy. Listen to the silence. Feel. Perhaps the whales are already rejoicing at the upcoming meeting with you?